I want you to enter into my life in the first grade. Before I entered elementary school, I vividly remember my mom taking me from hair salon to hair salon. She was trying to find someone who would take this head full of hair that was cascading down to my butt cheeks, curly, tangly, and to top it all off, I was tender-headed. She needed something done to my hair so she could manage it. Now remember, I'm 55. This is over 50 plus years ago. This is before curly hair was accepted. This is before women had hair salons on every corner. This is before the Crown Act. This is the onset of wigs and hair extensions and braiders, and all of the above are now available to us everywhere. So for a black woman with a lot of hair growing up over 50 years ago, I was a problem. So this is where my rejection started. No one wanted to do my hair. As soon as they touched my head, I would wince. I went to all the hair salons, and every single time we would leave, they would say, "I'm sorry, miss, we cannot take her in." So I want you to know that is where my rejection started. And then with my mom trying to do my hair, you know that occasional hit your head with the brush, no offense, mom, but you like straight up abused me. I remember all of this. I remember when I would sit down and she would wrap her legs around me and try to get my hair done, and I would just cry. In fact, I found out later in life that my hair follicles had 2 strands of hair growing out of each one, and then I began to understand my pain. Why is it so hard and why is it so painful for me to get my hair done? That's when I recognized what the challenge was. Now hair, understand this, the adjective, the verb I'm using was a point of contention and rejection. When I began school, I remember being chased home, my hair being pulled. I hated school, never mind the fact that I was brilliant. Yes, I own my brilliance. And I grew up around adults, so I only knew how to socialize with adults. But what does this mean? It means that I easily became the teacher's pet. I knew how to be respectful. I knew how to be quiet so I could hear all the conversations that were going on, and I was very helpful. So long hair, teacher's pet, met, I was not liked. And in hindsight, I didn't care because that was all I knew. It wasn't until middle and high school that I longed for social groups. I was double promoted, so my social groups were always 2 to 3 years older than I was. It wasn't a big deal when you're 12, 13, 14, but when you go from 11 to hanging out with 14-year-olds, you're introduced to a lot of things, and so hence, I was that fast girl. There were so many things about myself that I kept hidden because I wanted to be accepted. Well, long story short, this is where the whole notion of the queen of being me comes in. Once I learned how to reflect back on the things that made me who I am, I walked into my own space. I owned my own space, understanding who I am, understanding what makes me who I am, understanding why I am the way that I am, learning to take the things that need work, the challenges, the complications, working through them. Then I was okay with being me. And that's where I would like to offer this space to other women. Learn to be the queen of yourself. Learn to take up the space for yourself. Learn to walk in the fullness of who you are. Learn to better yourselves through conversations, through spiritual practices, through meditation, through self-help books, through my website, through my Instagram, through my YouTube. Learn to better yourself so that you can be the best possible you that you can ever be. That's why the queen of being me is so important. I'd love to walk with you on that journey of self-discovery. And so many hair extensions and wait, I'm sorry, I gotta start over. I don't know.